Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So happy Canada Day, and this look is definitely inspired by the Canadian flag, and all the products that I'm going to be using for today's makeup look are mostly Canadian brands. So some that used to be a Canadian brand, and there are more that are still a Canadian brand, and some of them are actually owned by new entrepreneurs and immigrant families. So I'm going to be sharing some of those products with you guys today. So I'm going to start off with my brows. For that, I'm using Annabelle. Now, Annabelle is actually part of Group Marcelle Inc. They are located at Montreal, like their headquarters, and they own 3 different brands as far as my knowledge goes: Annabelle, Marcelle, and Lise Watier. Lise Watier is probably one of their highest brands, and then comes the Marcelle and Annabelle. And Annabelle actually is also a very hypoallergic brand, meaning they don't contain parabens and a lot of harsh products. So it's one of the best one to use, especially a lot of times when I used to work at Shoppers Drug Mart and people would come with allergies, especially like pollen allergies or alcohol or paraben allergies. I would always recommend them using Annabelle like mascara or Annabelle other products. This is one of the best one in my opinion. Also their Marcelle and Lise Watier is very good. Now this is another brand that I'm going to be using to create that entire eye makeup look, and it's called Suva Beauty. Now Suva Beauty is actually owned by an immigrant family. Let me just pull up more information here. They're not located in Toronto. They're actually located somewhere a little far here. So they're actually a brand that specializes in creating colorful Hydra liners. So the way it works is basically you dip your brush or whatever into the water, and then the color starts activating. Now this is what they are specialized in. It's their Hydra liners. Usually you can always get them from their website. It took me like a week for it to come down, and I think it could have come even faster if there was no COVID, but because of Corona everything is very slowed down because of the volume of delivery services. But it was really good. The brush that I'm using is also from them as well, and it is in the number 610. Beautiful. Like, I had so much fun creating this whole flag look. And the founder and CEO of this brand is called Shaina Azad. She let me just read that out. Since Suva Beauty's beginnings in early 2015, Shaina aimed to create a brand that represents her cosmetic artistry and personal style. I have no problem making fun of myself. Shaina admits, I think I'm pretty quirky, try to be funny, and I speak my mind. Hence, Suva Beauty is formulated to be bold, innovative, imaginative, weird, and chic-y. Definitely it is very innovative and imaginative, and I can tell that because how easy it was to create Canadian flag on my eyelid. I mean, it definitely proves that you are one very inventive and imaginative girl, and your makeup definitely displays. So if you go on her website, which I will link it down below, they carry all kinds of they carry all kinds of Hydra products, which are actually amazing, and they're all activated with water. So it's really, really something I loved. So yeah. Also, a lot of people will think Suva, if her name is Shaina, right? Shaina Azad, where does Suva comes from? Apparently Suva is the capital of Fiji, and that's where she comes from. So she wanted to represent her, her place that she comes from, but now she's a full-on Canadian. She launched this product in Canada, and this product is made in Canada. So if you guys are celebrating Canada Day, I mean, definitely try to get the Suva liners. They're amazing. It helped me create this Canadian flag so easily. Also, the 2 colors that I've used is Cherry Bomb, which I used on the maple leaf, and then I've used Space Panda, which is the white color that I'm using currently. So for the most part, I tried using as much as Canadian product and I was shocked. Like I couldn't actually use a lot of them in the video, but Cover FX is also a Canadian product that I actually wasn't aware of. There are a few other brands that are amazing, very, very beautiful, and the quality of those products are amazing. And what I liked about it is some of the products were actually like invented, and some of the entrepreneurs, these young immigrant entrepreneurs are actually like they have a background of different culture, so they came up with a lot of like keeping a lot of different skin tone in mind, which is a great thing. Like this is why another reason why I love Canada so much, because it's so vibrant and it's so full of life and it welcomes diversity and it's super friendly to each other, right? So this is why I love Canada so much. Like even my neighborhood, I love the fact that I have a Filipino, I have a Chinese neighbor, I have an Italian neighbor, I have a black neighbor, like I have a Punjabi guy in front of us, I have this Arab guys in front of us as well, and then I have Pakistani neighbors right down the street, then we're Bangladeshis, we're living here. It's a cultural neighborhood, like in Mississauga and in Toronto and in most areas. This is what I like about Canada, is how they embrace each other's culture and respect each other's boundaries. So hats off to Canada for being such a friendly country. The next product that I'm using, you must be thinking, why MAC? Now, it's a very tricky one actually. A lot of people don't know, but MAC was actually founded in Toronto, Canada in the 1984 by two friends, I believe, called Frank Toskin and Frank Angelo. This company was later bought out by Estee Lauder in the 1996 year, and then it kind of became more of an international product. But I think it was a good move on the MAC's part, because if you want a product to be worldwide, and America actually holds a bigger market that way, so it was a good business decision. Moving on to Lise Watier, again, this is a part of the Marcelle Inc. group. It's actually one of my favorite mascara. It is their Mascara Dramatic in black, and it's like dramatically intense, and it's called Soul Lax Volume Mascara. It definitely is one of my favorite mascara. Very hypoallergic, and it definitely does the job. These lashes are by Star Co, and as you can see, it's named Toronto. So I had to put it in my video for this look, but I did come across a lot of other lash brands that are made in Canada, and there were a lot of them, so it was very hard for me to pick. I will name all of their, I'll try to name all of their brands down below in the description box. There are so many Canadian lash brand owners, it will blow your mind. But of course I had to use this one because the name is like Toronto. I mean, come on, how can you go wrong with that one, right? Moving on to the next one. This is the Vasanti makeup. The Vasanti makeup was actually owned by a couple of sisters. So these sisters aim to create makeup that will suit the need of a medium skin tone, because they came from an industry where they were modeling and stuff, and all they saw was their face full of ashy looking makeup, and they didn't understand at that time why. But later, when they understood the reason, they were like, okay, we need to find a solution to it. We need to get to the concealer, the reason for like Southeast Asian women's skin tone, and we need to find a perfect concealer. So this concealer, hands down, is one of my favorite. I've been using it for last 4 or 5 years on my brides, on my clients, and on myself. And as you can see, the concealer is so beautiful. It's not super orangey, but it does have a good amount of orange and peach tone that hid all my darker spots on my face. And this is actually in the shade 02, and this is a Canadian brand. I love it. I love Vasanti so much, I'll be honest. I tried to get on their PR, but you know, they don't cater to all kinds. It's impossible. They probably get a lot of PRs from different brown artists like myself, so I don't blame them. But yeah, it's one of my hands down favorite concealer, and you should try their lipsticks as well. They're amazing. And their foundations. I have their foundations as well. So instead of using Vasanti foundation, I went with my Stellar foundation. Now it's not Stella, it's Stellar. Now Stellar was actually founded by Monica Diol. She is a beautiful, gorgeous Punjabi woman, and she wanted to cater to the medium skin tone, and that's what I'm using. I'm using her foundation in the shade S11. And then I'm also using her concealer in SO2. This is Stellar is by Monica Diol. And wait till you see her highlighter. You're gonna fall in love with her highlighter. It's so beautiful. And what I like about it is the fact that Monica Diol made it very clear that she wanted this makeup industry, like especially her brand, to focus on the medium skin tone, which a lot of brands, like, come on, like, we don't have a lot of brands that focus on the medium tones. There's a lot of brands that focus on like the darker tones and more of the lighter tones, but then there is like a huge gap in the medium tones that doesn't really match our skin. Like, I always say, like, when I go to Sephora, I mix a whole bunch of different shades to get the perfect shade for my skin tone. So this is one of a kind. Now to set everything, I'm using Marcelle Powder, and the brush that I'm using is by Marcelle as well. As usual, I always like to dust off the remaining powder setting on my skin, and then I'm gonna go with the same company Marcelle's bronzer. This is in 04, and I've been using this, like, this is probably my third time I've used it on one of like my makeup videos, and I have to tell you, I've been in love with this. I used Hoola bronzer for a long time, and I wasn't sure if this bronzer is gonna be good enough, but definitely is one of my favorite picks, I have to say. Now using the Laura Mercier's same powder brush, right? One end is for powder and contour kind of look, and then the other end is perfect for nose contour, so I'm using the same brush for my nose contour. To set everything, I've used my Makeup Fix by MAC, and then moving on to the Stellar highlight. Now this is what I was talking about. This highlighter is bomb. Like, it is in the shade it doesn't really say the shade, hold on, it just says Face Sculptor. It does have a contouring powder too with it, which is beautiful. It's very creamy. I'm using the medium shade, but it's so creamy, and it doesn't even have like glitter particles to it. So the way the shine works, it's so perfect for like medium skin tone. That's why I'm saying, like, this brand considers medium skin tone. So as Vasanti, these two are my favorite picks. For lip liner, I'm going with Vasanti. The color that I'm using, it's called, doesn't say on the thing. It's called Red Velvet. Another product that is Canadian, and you will often find them at Sephora. They also have their store at Toronto, like their labs in Toronto. You can go there, mix your own color, make your own nudes, customize every single color. This brand, Bite Beauty, actually focuses on simply lipsticks, customized even. You can even host parties there. So amazing products. Now one more product that I'm going to talk about, actually there's two more products that I need to talk about. This one is Deca. I got this from Trade Secret a long time ago. This is a product made in Canada and is distributed throughout using either online shopping, or you can also go to Trade Secrets and get them. They're amazing. As you can see, I love the blush, and the one that I've used, it's called, it's in number 25, but I know they have a name now. They actually changed the way their packaging looks. I will find it out and put it down. Now Inner Mineral Cosmetics is the one that I'm using right now for my inner corners and my brow bone. These guys are also a family-owned brand from Calgary, Alberta, and I love it. I love their brand as well, and I reached out to them because I remember using them in my earlier career when I was still like some makeup artists who's still learning. I used to use their product a lot, and that's because they were the only brand at that time who had serious pigments, loose pigments, but super pigmented eyeshadow. So yeah, I reached out to them and they were so kind enough to send me a box full of makeup, but definitely one of the best, most favorite Canadian family-owned business. I love it. I love supporting my Canadian people, I'll tell you that, as much as I can. It's all about, and on top of that, if I'm doing a Canadian look, it has to be with my Canadian brands. That's how it's supposed to be. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. And yeah, once again, happy Canada Day, and I hope you guys get to recreate this look. I think this look was quite fun, and I think if you guys are going outside, which I doubt you will because it's like coronavirus is like taking over, but you know, stay safe. And if you happen to celebrate it with friends and families at home and you happen to create this look for fun, do it and tag me on at Makeup by Azmiri. And once again, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you next time on my next video. Till then, take care. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, and also hit the bell icon. And stay safe, guys. I'll see you on my next video. Take care.